Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new here. My name is Jessica if you are. Thank you for clicking on this video today. I was so excited to get started with my 2024 panning goals that I almost forgot that I need to update all of you, kind of do a little recap on what I was able to do with my 2023 panning goals. So that is what this video is all about today. I'm going to go through all of the products that I was hoping to pan or finish or meet some kind of goal on for 2023. And spoiler alert, I did flipping awesome this year, and I don't have most of these products to show to you because they are now empties and they have been thrown away. I don't want to keep those around longer than I have to. So I'm just going to be inserting little pictures of the products just to kind of spur your memory of what I've been working on in the last year. I did a recap in the middle of the year to let you know how I was doing so far on my goals, and I'm excited to share with you what I was able to do before the year was up. So I had a lot of goals that I was trying to meet. In total, I had 35 different products that I was trying to meet some kind of goal on in 2023. And let's just go ahead and get started. I'm going to try and breeze through these pretty quickly. I don't want to yammer on about them too much because most of them you've already heard a lot about in other videos. But before we get into the video, if you're new here, you're just finding me, please consider subscribing to my channel. I'd appreciate that so much. And if you are returning, hello, good to see ya. Make sure you give this video a quick thumbs up before you forget, and leave a comment at any point. I love hearing from you. Quick note on my look today. This is like peak winter break fashion for me. I'm like full glam, just like had the time to blow dry my hair, and then I'm like in my pajamas, which I just love. I have 2 more days of winter break, so I'm just relishing every little moment of it that I can. Number 1 on my list from last year is very familiar to most of you, I'm sure. That is my Pan That palette for the year, my Lorac Makeup Pro 2. And my goal for this palette was to hit pan on every single one of the eyeshadow shades in this palette. And if you've seen my Pan That palette finale, which I just posted recently, you know that I did in fact hit that goal. So I now have pan on every single one of these eyeshadows in here, and I will be decluttering this palette. Sad, but it is time, and I'm glad I got some good love on it before it gets the boot. So that is the first one. The next one on my list was my other Pan That palette, my Tarteist Pro To Go, which I was trying to use up entirely, and I didn't quite get there, but I made a huge amount of progress and just a little bit of eyeshadow left in this palette, and I'm really happy with what I was able to do, and this one also will be leaving my collection now. Next item was a hair product. This is from Bedhead, their Small Talk, and this was in my Rolling Project pan for most of 2023, and while I was really hoping to finish it up, I didn't quite get there. There's just a little bit left in the bottom of this bottle, just about that much, but I'm confident that I will be able to finish this up pretty quickly during the early part of 2024. So while I didn't quite meet the goal I wanted to, I got really close, and it should be gone pretty soon. Otherwise, this product probably would have been sitting around in my cupboards for multiple years in the future, and I'm glad that that's not the case anymore. Okay, now getting into some empties. Another hair product from Bedhead that I did finish was their Queen Beach Salt Spray. That one I think I finished pretty early in the year. I also finished up a anti-humidity spray from Amika. I think it might have just been like a little sample. And then I also finished my Amika Blowout Spray, which had a broken sprayer, but I managed to use it. It just wasn't very easy to do so. Next, number 7 was my seaweed mask from some like random brand. I actually ended up decluttering it thanks to a lot of your suggestions. It was like 7 years old, and I don't typically wear a lot of face masks anymore, and just like wasn't really hitting for me. So that one got thrown away. I had an e.l.f. CBD eye cream. That one I did finish. And then I also finished my perfume that I was hoping to finish this year, my Versace Bright Crystal. And subsequently, I actually was gifted a little rollerball size of that perfume for Christmas from my brother. So I now have it again in my perfume collection. It wasn't my favorite fragrance, but I did enjoy it, and I was happy to be gifted it. Next items were a few perfume samples. I figured I might as well just throw these in my list for like little gimme products for the year, and I also just didn't want to have a lot of sample size perfumes hanging around. So I finished I think 4 or 5 different perfume samples. One was the Giorgio Armani Sky de Joe. There was the Versace Dylan Blue, I believe it's called. And then there was the Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue, and then the Elle Artisan Parfumier. I don't know what that was, but that's what I could read from the little tiny mini bottle. And then I also finished the CM Romance de Provence samples. The Giorgio Armani Sky de Joe was a rollerball that I finished, and then the other 4 were all like little mini sample perfumes. It felt good to shrink down my fragrance inventory and just like kind of get it to a more manageable place and reach for items that I know I really love and just kind of cycle through them that way. they're all sitting back here. I was trying to finish 2 different foundations this year, and I'm happy to say I was able to finish both of them. One was the Kosas foundation, and the other was the Ordinary foundation. Both of those were in my rolling project pan, and were really both beautiful foundations that I really enjoyed using up. My face powder from number 7 already had a good sized pan on it, and I did finish that up pretty early in the year. I also wanted to finish up my Hourglass ambient lighting powder in the shade Diffuse Light, and I did finish that, which just felt amazing. I couldn't believe I finished up an entire ambient lighting powder, and I've since repurchased it because I just love that powder so much. And I also was trying to really focus on my Hourglass ambient lighting powder in the shade Dim Light, and I was just hoping to hit pan on that one, and I'm telling you, I did my darndest. I wasn't able to hit pan. So if I have the footage, I'll show you what this powder was looking like at the beginning of the year, and here's what the powder is looking like today. And I'm telling you, I reach for this thing almost every day. I would say 2/3 of the year, if not like 3/4 of the year, as just like a final finishing powder, especially like over my cheek area. I just use it to kind of blend out those powders and give a nice little glow to the skin. And I still don't have pan on this. This is just not my favorite shade. It's a little bit too deep for me, even though you wouldn't think it is. I don't know. It's just kind of more difficult for me to wear, but I really tried, and I'm kind of disappointed we didn't get there, but I'm hoping that in 2024, I should be able to hit pan on this. It's not going anywhere. It's going to stay around. I'm going to continue to use it and try to enjoy it as best I can. I guess I did get to know it a little bit, and that's great, and I did make some great progress on it. So one little fail for the year, but it wasn't for the lack of effort. Another product I really did my darndest to finish up, but didn't quite get there, was from my Tarte's Pro Glow palette. I was working on the contour powder in here called Sculpt, and you also have seen this in my rolling project pan, and I got really close. So I'll show you some footage here of what this shade was looking like at the end of the year. I had a huge, beautiful, shiny pan on there, and I have since repressed this powder. Here's what it's looking like today. You can see how low it is in the pan though. And I have rolled this into my 2024 rolling project pan, and I will continue to work on it and try and finish it up. I think maybe 1 or 2 months, maybe 3 if I'm feeling a little bit misled by how low this product looks. But I really gave my best effort on this one, and while I didn't quite meet that goal, it's coming up very soon, and I just love how used this whole palette is looking like as a whole now. Next, I have the Tarte Park Avenue Princess bronzer. This is like the more shimmery version of this bronzer, and my goal for this was just to hit pan on it, and I'm happy to say that I did in fact do that. So I now have a nice little pan on this bronzer, and I really enjoy shimmery bronzers like this. So this went just right back into my collection. I'm happy I was able to get some good use on it. It was quite neglected in my collection for a long time. And I definitely plan on finishing up this bronzer entirely, bringing it into my rolling project pan at some point, probably not this year, but I'm happy to know it got some good use in this past year, and that I'm that much closer to finishing it in the future, because I really like to hone down my bronzer collection. I have like 6 or 7 bronzers, and there's no reason I need that many. Next was my e.l.f. blush palette. I was trying to hit pan on all 4 shades of blush in this thing. Oh my gosh, it's falling apart. How sad. But this was in my rolling project pan. I did finally eventually hit pan on all 4, and now there's just such a small amount of product that it's crumbling to pieces. So even though I wanted to hang this one around, it might have to go. I don't know. It's just getting to be a little bit messy. Wasn't planning on that happening. So yeah, another success. I was working on 2 like cream lipsticks from Revlon, both of them in the HD Ultra Matte formula. So I have this one here. This is the shade Addiction, and I just wanted to use these as much as possible during the course of the year. When I first brought this one in, it was weighing 31.82 grams, and then today it's weighing 30.57 grams. So I used over a gram of product, I guess like I'm guessing 1.25 grams. I'm totally estimating there, but I think I got that math right. So really happy I got some good use on that one, and I really still enjoy and love this formula. So that one right back into my makeup collection. But the other one, the shade Seduction, which was like a more nude tone, that one I did end up finishing up almost completely. It was very dried up, and I ended up tossing it, but I used it a ton during the course of the year. It was weighing 30.79 grams when I first brought it in, and then when I decluttered it or threw it away, it was weighing 27.03 grams. So I used 3.76 grams of product, which is amazing. It basically just lived in my purse and was my nude lipstick go-to whenever I needed to retouch something, and I really enjoyed it. Another lipstick I finished was from ColourPop. It was one of their lippy sticks in the shade Button. That one went pretty quickly. I also finished from Revlon their Lip Plumping Lip Cream in Nude Honey, and then I finished 2 different lip liner pencils from ColourPop, one in the shade Contempo and then the other in the shade Bossy, which I never thought I would finish up. I just wanted to use it 60 times, and I finished it up in the course of those 60 uses. I actually think it was like 50 something uses. So that was really successful. Next lip liner that was kind of a fail was from NYX. This is the shade Bloom. It's like a hot pink liner shade. And I don't know what I was thinking trying to use this one up entirely, but I don't think that was ever really my goal, but I just wanted to get some use on it. I have so many hot pinks in my lip collection for some reason that I just want to try and work through them and get some use on them so they're not just sitting around and collecting dust. But I did make a little drawing for this pencil, so you can see that's where it was at the beginning of last year, and here's where it was at the beginning of this year. So I got a little bit of progress, even though it is small, and that one is still gonna hang around. You know, at least I got some use on it. Next item was my eyeshadow primer from Milani, and I'm happy to say that I did finally finish that up very close to the end of last year. That was also my rolling project pan. And then that brings us to the 5 new items that I brought into this project at the midpoint of 2023, because I was already doing so well that I thought I might as well just like push myself, throw in some things for the end of the year, and just kind of give me some more motivation to empty out more products before the year is up. So the first one from that was my Glow Recipe Dewdrops. That was a sample size. That made me fall in love with that product. So I really enjoyed panning that. And then I also finished my e.l.f. Power Grip Primer. That was so close to being finished, but that gave me the extra motivation just to get it empty. Really like that primer as well. I also threw in my RCMA No Color Powder, which I've had for years and years. So I'm happy to say that that is finally gone and empty out of my collection. And then I also finished my LYL's Triple Fix Powder. I was so close to finishing that one as well. It had a really nice large pan on it, and I'm happy to say that that was pretty easy to finish. Not my favorite powder. It's decent, but I don't love how the packaging is. I mean, I love how it looks, but it's not easy really to use from that triangle packaging. And it seems like a good deal because it's such a low price, but there's also such a small amount of product in that little packaging that it's really not the great deal that you think it might be. And last was from IT Cosmetics, their Brow Power. I had just like a little chunk, about that much remaining, and I was able to focus on that and finish it up in the last few months of the year, removing it from my inventory. So that is it. Those are my 35 products that I was trying to pan in 2023. Of those products, I only was not able to hit my goal or finish up a few of them. So the Tarte's Pro To Go, I feel like I should count this as a win, even though I didn't use it up entirely. I got a lot of progress on it. The Bedhead Small Talk also didn't reach my goal on that one. And then the Hourglass Dim Light, didn't hit pan on that. My Tarte's Pro Glow Sculpt Powder, we got really, really close, but didn't meet that goal either. I'm still gonna say that I hit the goal on my Revlon HD Matte because my goal was just to use it as much as I could, and I did that. So that one is still a success. And this one was just kind of a fail. I don't know what I was thinking. I was kind of feeling ambitious with my lip products, but I'm still happy I got some use on it. I'm gonna count my Pro To Go palette as a win, so I'm gonna cross that one off. So I guess it's just 4 items. 4 out of my 35 items I didn't meet my goal on, but I think that that is pretty incredible. I was able to finish up or hit goal on 31 items in 2023. It's been a great year of panning, and I'm excited to just bring this energy into 2024 and see what I can do in this coming year. So if you've been here with me, following along on my panning journey, thank you so much. I really appreciate you, and I appreciate you just being here and watching this video today. I hope you're doing really well wherever you are in the world. Don't forget, if you enjoyed this video, give it a quick thumbs up before you leave, and I can't wait to see you in my next video. Until then, bye!